What's up, guys? I'm just basically giving you an update on this game. This might be one of the final commentary videos I do on this. This video is basically discussing. It looks like there's a live update available, but anyway, this is a uh, basically just a update discussing whether or not this game is actually worth buying 4 months in. We're at patch 1.07. Just for the record, I don't remember WWE2k19, but WWE2k18 went all the way up to, I think, patch 1.07, which is just one more after this. Even though this one did skip up, I don't think it ever had a .5 or point. I think it skipped a few patches. It had something to do with the PC. But anyway, I want to first talk about some of the things in this game that are not going to be fixed. Some of it is related to female wrestling attire, the glitches with the shoes, the heels that go through the person's feet. I'll go to it really quick, just so you guys can know exactly what I'm talking about. Basically, this is one of my characters. Her name is Alexia. She's not based on anybody specifically, just something that came from, just something I came up with, just somebody I have on the roster. But anyway, when you look at, not these, but these type of shoes right here are pretty messed up. I can pretty much tell you they're not fixing this stuff here. I don't really blame them. I mean, it's not really a priority. It's not that big of a deal. It is stupid that it's in here, but you know, I think they just bombed at the point where they just got to really prioritize what they fix. That's not a problem for me. I don't care much about that. Yeah, it would be great to have all this stuff looking good, but it's okay. You know what I mean? Like it's doable. You know. And then if you wear socks, it's even worse. Even some of the boots are messed up if you wear socks. So you still have little stuff like that that's a problem. One thing, well, first I'm going to talk about paybacks, the good and the bad. They added some crazy paybacks in this game, as you guys know. There seems to be a problem with the resiliency payback. It seems like it's not always there, you know, even though you haven't used it up. I'll see the resiliency there at times, but then after getting put in a finisher or submission, it won't be there, which totally defeats the purpose of it even being there. But that's a problem this game has. I don't think it had that problem originally. I think one of the patches or updates may have caused something like that. But while we're on the subject of paybacks, one of my favorite paybacks they added, I don't know if this was in last year's. It might have been. It's the run-in. If you're affiliated with an ally, and the reason why I like this so much is because if you turn run-ins on in exhibition mode, they're completely 100% random. They don't have anything, you know, somehow interfere in a match for no apparent reason. It won't really make any sense. It'll be someone that has absolutely nothing to do with anything, no storyline, nothing like that. So when you turn this on exhibition mode, if you're in a group, you know, a partner or some type of stable, that individual will jump in once you activate it. One of the people from your crew will interfere in the match, do a finishing move. I don't use this. The computer has used it on me. One of my created wrestlers used it on me with one of his partners who came in and then did a finishing move on me. So you have these science fictional ones. I like the Poison Mist one. It's not new. Brass Knuckles. All this stuff is good stuff because it just gives a more dramatic element to the game. For a lot of these are really based on heel wrestlers, which I like heels. You know, they pretty much, you know, Hands of Fate. I'm not too familiar with this. It says summon the minions of the underworld to grab and hold your opponent in place. I'm not sure what that actually looks like. I'm gonna have to try that. Maybe do a video on it. Maybe look it up. Use this ability to earn yourself a lot of momentum with very little effort. Okay. trigger an unstoppable charge attack each successful hit. I've had somebody with that. I've seen most of these, but I don't believe I've seen this. I don't even think I've used this on, giving it to any wrestler or anything like that. Obviously, I have low blow, poison mist, brass knuckles. A lot of this stuff is heal based, like I said, but it's good stuff. But it's just that resiliency. I have issues with that. It doesn't work well for whatever reason. It's there, but sometimes it just isn't for no apparent reason, and you get finished. Another thing is it's not always available when you get put in submission, which is terrible because you can't really escape submission finishers and signatures unless you have a rope break or something like that. 99.9% of the time, if you get put in a submission hold and you can't get a rope break and it's a finisher or a signature, you lost that match. I mean, it's hands down. You're not getting out of that. You pretty much lost that match. So it takes the fun out of it when you don't have a shot at winning. When your opponent uses that, and it's very annoying. I can tell you that. So there's some stuff about this game that really annoy me. Now, the topic is basically, is this game worth getting? Now, I'm going to get into that. This game, to me, is only worth getting if you have all the DLC, because you have all these added stuff. I'm actually going to put some gameplay on here for you. Without these added arenas and all this crazy, ridiculous stuff they added to this game, which I say ridiculous, but I mean that in a good way. With all this ridiculous stuff they added, that's the Cain Velasquez that I created. I think it's fairly good. But anyway, with all the trying to figure out, I only use custom wrestlers, by the way. I don't use, WWE guys in exhibition matches. I did a couple times just for the sake of doing certain videos before I really had a decent amount of created wrestlers on here. But anyway, this is not it's not an easy decision. I'll just go ahead and be Omar Pierce. It's just somebody I created. He's no big deal. I'll face AJ Adams. Okay, where are we gonna face at? See, as you can see, you got Hell's Coliseum. That's available from get-go. If you have the Bump of the Night Originals thing, it's available from get-go. Without that, I don't know. It might be there. I have no idea. But Pin Drop Arena, that's an empty arena that I have. I'm going to use Overlord's Coliseum. But I love these options. You got this rundown high school thing, which is a really cool option. Winterfest. I don't watch WWE, so I'm not familiar with it. But apparently it's something that is from 2015, but it's snowing. I've used it. You have Wyatt Swamp Compound. I know in 2K19 you have the Wyatt Compound just outdoors in the yard, basically. You have a few added features to that now. But anyway, we're going to use this because that's part of the, just want to show you this. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you already seen it, but, usually when I play these matches, I feel like it makes sense to have no DQ, maybe have a few crazy weapons in the ring, like abnormal weapons. Like, I'll show you a lot of these I haven't even unlocked yet, but I gotta figure out which ones I unlocked. Before they patched it, they would show a check mark next to the ones that you had, but for some reason they killed that off. Not sure why they did that. It was actually very helpful, because I don't know what's available and what isn't. Okay, put a few crazy weapons here. But anyway, I'm gonna talk you to death through this load. Sometimes it loads a while, but yeah, I'm having some issues with the gameplay all of a sudden. It seems like the matches have like I was telling you about the resiliency thing. That's really annoying me a bit. I've seen resiliency work on submission finishers, but now all of a sudden I no longer see that. I don't know what the deal with that is. Not sure why they would take it off. if they did take it off, I would imagine that it would be some type of mistake. But that is kind of ruining the gameplay on here. It's bad enough you can't really escape submission signatures and finishers. If it's a submission, you're pretty much tapping. I don't know what it's like on some easy difficulty, like easy or something like that. I don't play on that. It's not really fun. Your opponent doesn't work enough. As you can see, stuff like this is not for everybody. Some people may be turned off by this type of stuff, as they like the real deal wrestling stuff. I like to be over the top with this crazy stuff. Like I said, if you don't... See, here's the problem with recommending this game. And this is just for me personally recommending it. If you don't have the DLCs, you're pretty much playing a broken version of 2K19. And what's the point in that?
Yeah, and judging from the
without all these
currently,
extra stuff, you might as well just stick with 19. With all the extra really cool moves and cool arenas that really make this game a different game, come from the DLCs, the bump of the night, the wrestlers, you know, Hulk Hogan. I don't care about the Hulk Hogan thing. I don't use them. I don't like Hogan's moves, but you don't really have a better game at all. I mean, I don't even think you can argue that the game is better without that. It's worse for a number of reasons that a lot of you people are already aware of. But these are just random customized wrestlers. You know, nothing super spectacular. I got some characters that are a little more over the top than this, but I just want to use them. I see some issues with the lighting sometimes.
Yeah, and I think you could go so far as to
with
say
custom arenas. This is not a custom arena, so
candidate.
This is not a good example. But even though the lighting seems like it almost looks like it's evening, like the sun's going down or something. But anyway, I'm gonna talk about gameplay for a minute here and just kind of walk through some of the stuff here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to get this match started.
Put on your leather chaps, get your rope and straddle your stallion. We are in Texas.
You already do that
whether you're in Texas or not, Saxton. And stuff flying around.
He weaves out of the way.
Anyway, the counter system works really good. I mean, there's a lot of counters on here.
Look at these two.
I do like this here. This is not new. I don't know if it was in 2K18, but it sort of makes the match look a little bit better. I kind of wish that little guide thing was smaller. I don't like that thing, you know, in the way of what I'm trying to do. One thing I'm pretty sure they're not going to fix is the grapple detection from when the wrestlers on the ground. Sometimes you miss these. You miss them often. I was fortunate that time, but it's kind of messed up, which it's not make or break. It doesn't make the game bad or anything. I mean, it's not a wonderful thing, but I have some fun with the gameplay. But another thing I want to tell you that really irritates me is I cannot finish an opponent unless it's a finisher. If it's not a finisher or a signature, he kicks out 100% of the time, he or she, whatever. I'm just assuming if you make the kick out rating really low, they may not kick out of, you know, regular power moves, but it bothers me because you have these traits that you give your wrestler. You know, you have the roll-up pin moves, and can't remember exactly what they call it, chain pins or something, or just, you know, the thing where they use the ropes to pin. When I'm using this, they kick out 100% of the time. They never, ever get pinned by that unless you do a finisher or signature first. That's another annoying thing about this gameplay. They're not going to fix that. I don't think they want to. I think they pretty much want this game like this.
I can promise you that.
I mean, I can wrestle a jobber for an entire hour without using the finishing move, no matter how powerful or how good the move looks. He or she is kicking out. That was an easy match. A low-rated wrestler. By the way, that was a signature move. If it wasn't, he would have kicked out.
We've got some time
but
to take a look
yeah,
at some
he's
of the
kind of a
highlights from
jobber. Created, you know, one of my lowest rated wrestlers that I created. some of these guys are just guys that fill in the
superstars in this
roster.
one
You
got
know,
after it pretty good
everybody
from the
can't be
opening
epic.
bell.
Some people
Can't
just
complain
there to
about
be
the effort,
opponents. But
technical proficiency, or result.
I like the fluidity in which the game moves. But the whole thing with the signature and finisher, it really annoys me, and it's just irritating. And the resiliency thing irritates me. And to me, if they didn't have those issues, I think this gameplay would be, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. But the gameplay for me is because of that, it's a 6. And you might say, well, that's only a couple issues. Yeah, but those are very, very major issues that, for me, set the game back. And it's hindered me from enjoying the game. So, you know, yeah, I have an issue with it, and I don't like it. So a 6 out of 10 in gameplay. Customization, they fixed a lot of the problems with the customization. People say it's still broken. It's not broken. It has problems, but it's not broken. Right now, for me, this is one of the best creative player modes in video gaming, period, right now. And I know people are going to dwell over little issues that's in there. Now, if it wasn't so glitchy, I would say that this is hands down the best creative player mode in any video game, which is really saying too much because I haven't played every game, but you know, as far as what I've played and what I've witnessed, this would be number 1 if it wasn't so glitchy and screwed up, because it still has problems. You know, I'm gonna go to some of the clothes just to show you an idea of why. You know, without all this added stuff, I would give you 2K19 as your best game, because 2K19's gameplay, I don't know, it's pretty much the same. I don't know if it's better or worse. I know 2K18 has some good gameplay. I feel like 2K18 is better, like the pace in which, something about the pace and how the wrestlers wrestle, like your opponent and stuff like that, the pace. Some things, there's something about that that's hard to explain that seems better than this and 2K19, but you know, I can't really put my finger on it. But the best thing to me is all the headgears and masks they added. And of course, a lot of this stuff I had to unlock. This really brings the game to another level. Now, I know it doesn't make it more WWE-like, as you don't really see. This stuff is bumping the night base. As you can see, some of the stuff I can't use because I haven't unlocked it. But look at this. They give you all these crazy options. This stuff right here was glitched really, really bad until they fixed it. I was so glad they fixed it because, see, as you can see, there's a glitch. When I go here, nothing shows up. Not sure why that is. I think it might be because this is not an entrance attire, but some of the stuff you can look at, I don't know what the deal is. So there's little glitches like that on here, you know, but it's still just way too glitchy to give it full credit and say this game is the greatest. It's not, because of all the glitches. If they would do something about how glitchy this game was, it would be a really good game. But like I said, I do not recommend that you buy this game, especially, you know, the reason why I don't is because without all the DLC, you don't really have a better game than 2K19. You don't even have really a different game than 2K19. You have the same game, really a downgraded version of it. Now, when you do have all the DLC, it's fun, but it's way too expensive for the glitchy nonsense that this game gives you. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. My final verdict is, if you're paying full price, especially $89 or $59 or something like that, even with DLC, I think you might be a little bit disappointed, depending on what type of gamer you are. I don't play Universe. I hear there's problems there, and it turned me off. That's why I never used it. I'm going to have to start using it so that I can give my insight. I'm not going to do too many more of these commentary videos. I am going to do matches, but my mouth is going to be shut in those matches like a lot of my videos. But anyway, that's what I say. there's a possibility you might buy it and love it, but it just depends what type of gamer you are. Anyway, that's the end of this video. I would like some more subscribers, but I think the reason I don't have more is because I do all my videos live. I don't edit. I don't do a lot of fancy cool stuff to it that would make it stand out in a dramatic way. But anyway, thanks for watching.